The quantum observer effect, what does it mean? At the core of quantum mechanics, one of the most fascinating and puzzling concepts is the observer effect. It challenges our traditional understanding of how the world works at the microscopic level, like atoms and subatomic particles. To explain this, the double-slit experiment is often used as a key example. Here's a detailed breakdown of the experiment and its significance. The double-slit experiment. Basic setup. Imagine we have a beam of particles, like electrons, that we shoot at a barrier with two slits. On the other side of the barrier, we place a screen to catch the particles that pass through the slits. Normally, if we treat these particles like tiny balls, classical particles, you would expect them to pass through one slit or the other, creating two distinct patterns on the screen. Without observation, the wave-like behavior. When we don't observe which slit the particle passes through, something incredible happens. Instead of behaving like solid particles, the particles act like waves. They pass through both slits at the same time. This wave-like behavior causes interference. The particles' waves interfere with each other, creating a pattern of alternating light and dark bands on the screen. This is similar to how water waves interfere with each other when they pass through openings. Why does this happen? This suggests that the particles are not in one definite position or state, but in a superposition of possibilities, where they exist in multiple states, or paths, at the same time. The wave represents the possibility of the particle being in any one of these states. When we observe, the particle-like behavior. But here's the fascinating part. When we set up an observation mechanism, like a detector, to measure which slit the particle goes through, the outcome changes completely. The particles now behave as solid particles, passing through only one slit or the other. As a result, the interference pattern disappears, and instead we see two distinct patterns, just like you would expect from classical particles. Why does this happen? The act of measuring or observing the particles forces them to choose a state, either passing through one slit or the other. The superposition of possibilities collapses into a single definite outcome. This is what is known as the collapse of the wave function. The particles no longer exist in multiple states, but in one observed state. What does this mean for reality and manifestation? Now, let's bring this back to manifestation and how the observer effect relates to creating your reality. The universe is in a state of possibility. Just as the particles in the double-slit experiment exist in a state of superposition, multiple possibilities at once, the universe is constantly in a state of potential. Everything that could happen has the possibility of happening. Your goals, dreams, and desires exist as potential realities in this quantum field. But just as the particles don't settle into a specific state until observed, the universe doesn't choose a specific reality for you until you focus your attention and energy on it. You, the observer, influence the outcome. In quantum mechanics, the act of observation causes the wave to collapse into a particle. In a similar way, your focus and attention on your desires collapse the infinite possibilities into a specific reality. When you focus on what you want, you are essentially directing the energy of the universe toward that goal, just like the observer directs the path of the particle. Manifestation begins when you observe. When you start focusing your mind on your goals, when you observe what you want, you begin to bring those possibilities into reality. Just like a quantum particle requires observation to manifest into a single reality, your intentions, dreams, and desires need your attention to become part of your physical world. Your thoughts, beliefs, and awareness shape the reality you experience. Example: imagine you want to manifest a new job or a successful business. If you keep thinking about it, envisioning it, and aligning your actions toward it, You're essentially focusing your attention on the possibility of that reality. By doing so, you collapse that potential into your present reality, just like the quantum system collapsing from a wave of infinite possibilities into a solid state. The power of awareness in shaping reality. The more aware and intentional you are with your thoughts and emotions, the more powerful your manifestation will be. If you are constantly thinking about lack, doubt, or failure, you are, in essence, observing those possibilities. On the other hand, if you focus on success, abundance, and happiness, you direct your energy toward those possibilities. You are the observer, and the universe responds to your focus. Practical takeaways for manifestation. Clear focus. Just as the observer in quantum physics influences the system, your clear focus on what you desire brings those desires into existence. Be clear about what you want, and don't waver from that vision. Positive beliefs and intentions. When you observe your desires with positive intentions and belief, you start to align with the energy of the universe that supports those desires. Think of your focus as a powerful magnet attracting what you want. Visualize and feel. The act of visualization and feeling the emotions of already achieving your desires can help strengthen your focus and send a clear signal to the universe. Just as quantum particles exist in multiple possibilities, your visualization helps collapse those possibilities into a concrete result. Take inspired action. Observation doesn't mean passive waiting. It means active participation in the process. Take inspired steps toward your goal while staying aligned with your vision. The universe responds to your actions. You are the observer of your reality. The observer effect in quantum physics isn't just a scientific principle. It offers profound insights into how our thoughts, focus, and energy can shape the world around us. By becoming the observer of your life and consciously focusing on what you want, you can collapse the infinite possibilities into a single, desired outcome. Just like quantum particles are influenced by the observer, your thoughts and focus influence your reality. Manifestation begins when you take charge of your attention, beliefs, and intentions, and begin to observe the life you want to create. So, are you ready to observe and manifest your dreams? The universe is waiting for your observation to shape your reality. How does this relate to manifestation? Your focus creates your reality. At the core of manifestation is the idea that your thoughts and attention have power. This aligns with what we see in the quantum world. The observer, by simply focusing their attention, affects the behavior of quantum particles. Similarly, your focus has the ability to influence and create your reality. How it works. Conscious attention. Just as the quantum system is altered when an observer focuses their attention, when you focus your thoughts and energy on something specific, you begin to shape your reality around that intention. In quantum mechanics, the particles do not have a definite path until they are observed. Likewise, your desires exist in a state of potentiality. They are merely possibilities until you decide to focus on them. Directing energy to your goals. The moment you decide to direct your energy and thoughts toward a specific outcome, you essentially set the stage for that possibility to manifest. This focus is what collapses infinite potential outcomes from the quantum perspective into a single reality that aligns with your goal. Intentional creation. When you consciously focus on something, whether it's a new job, improved health, or more wealth, you are collapsing the possibilities around those outcomes into a tangible result. Your thoughts and energy shape your future. You have the power to direct your focus to what you want, signaling to the universe that this is the reality you're choosing. Example, if you want to manifest a new job, you focus on the qualities you want in this job. Visualize yourself already having it, and feel the excitement as if it's already yours. By doing this, you are aligning your energy with the outcome of landing that job. The more you focus on it, the more this outcome becomes possible in your life. You hold the power to collapse possibilities. In quantum physics, the particles exist in multiple potential states until they are observed. This concept mirrors manifestation in the sense that your life exists as an infinite set of possible outcomes. The act of focusing on a specific goal collapses these infinite possibilities into one specific reality. How it works. Infinite potential. Just as particles are in a superposition, meaning they exist in multiple states or paths simultaneously, your life contains endless possibilities. Everything you could ever want, wealth, love, success, exists in this field of potential. But it's only when you observe or focus on a specific outcome that it begins to take shape. Your role as the observer. By becoming the observer of your own life, you decide what you want to focus on. Your attention narrowly focuses on one possibility over the others. Your thoughts, desires, and emotions determine which possibility will manifest. You collapse the quantum field of infinite possibilities into a specific reality by simply deciding what to focus on and giving it your attention and energy. Mindset and belief. This is why belief is so crucial in manifestation. If you focus on abundance with the mindset that it's possible for you, you collapse the potential outcomes where you don't have abundance. On the other hand, if you focus on scarcity or lack, you collapse the possibility where abundance doesn't show up in your life. Example: imagine you are trying to manifest a new relationship. There are countless possible relationships you could have: good, bad, fulfilling, or unfulfilling. When you focus on what you want, rather than just any relationship, you narrow the possibilities. If you envision a loving and fulfilling partnership, you collapse the possibilities into that specific reality by aligning your thoughts and actions with that goal. Awareness shapes your world. The observer effect in quantum physics shows that awareness has the ability to shape and influence the outcome of events. When you observe the quantum system, you don't just passively watch. Your active observation alters the system. Similarly, your awareness and consciousness have the power to shape your reality. How it works. Active role in creation. Being the observer means actively participating in the process of creation, not merely waiting for things to happen. The more conscious you are of your goals, the more your actions and energy align with those goals. This is where the power of intention and mindful awareness comes into play. Your awareness drives your choices, and your choices create your experiences. Influencing reality. Just as the observer in the quantum experiment shapes the behavior of the particles, your awareness influences how situations unfold in your life. When you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your goals, you create a clear pathway toward them. You influence the world around you by becoming more mindful of your desires and actively shaping your circumstances. Conscious choices. Your awareness isn't passive. When you actively align with your goals, you become a magnet for them. Your consciousness determines how you perceive and engage with the world, and this engagement ultimately shapes your life. Example: if you're consciously aware of your limiting beliefs and actively work to change them, you're shaping your reality in a positive direction. Let's say you've always believed that you're not good enough for success, but you become aware of this thought pattern and choose to replace it with a belief in your potential. Through conscious awareness and action, you begin to see opportunities for success around you that you once might have missed. By changing your awareness, you change the way your reality unfolds. Your focus creates your reality. Just as the observer changes the outcome in quantum physics, your focus and intention can shape your reality. The more you consciously direct your attention toward a specific outcome, the more likely it is to manifest. You hold the power to collapse possibilities. Your life exists in a quantum field of endless potential outcomes. By focusing on a particular goal, you collapse infinite possibilities into one specific reality. You are the observer deciding which reality you will experience. Awareness shapes your world. The observer in quantum physics influences the system by their awareness. Similarly, your awareness and consciousness directly affect the world around you. By being mindful and intentional with your focus, you actively participate in creating your desired reality. By understanding and applying these principles, you can begin to take control of your life and manifest the outcomes you truly desire. Your focus, awareness, and conscious attention are powerful tools that can shape your reality, just as the act of observation shapes the quantum world. How to apply the observer effect in your life. Now that you understand the quantum connection to manifestation, here are some steps to start becoming the observer in your own life. Set clear intentions. Decide what you want to manifest with clarity and purpose. The more focused and specific your intentions, the more you can direct your energy toward your desires. Visualize your success. Just as the observer focuses on specific outcomes, visualize your goals as already achieved. Engage all your senses and feel the emotions associated with your success. This helps you collapse your desired reality into existence. Take inspired action. Manifestation isn't just about thinking, it's about doing. When you observe and focus on your goals, take inspired steps toward them. The universe responds to your actions and energy. Stay open to possibilities. While focus is key, it's important to remain open to how your desires manifest. Sometimes the universe has better plans for you than you can imagine. You are the observer of your own reality. Manifestation begins when you become the observer, is a powerful reminder that you hold the power to create your reality. By aligning your thoughts, focus, and actions with your desires, you can collapse infinite possibilities into the reality you truly want. The universe is listening. Become the observer of your life and watch as the quantum forces of focus, intention, and belief work in your favor.